Hey guys, it's me, Matt Cardona. We recorded this episode of MC True Long Island Story last week. That's right, last week, before I beat up Nick Gage, before I laid him out in his own backyard, before I held that GCW title high above my head. And don't worry, I'm going to spill all the beans. I'm going to tell my story, the true story of the Nick Gage beatdown this Friday on the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. So tune in and don't forget MDK, Major Detolf Collectors, all day.
You're listening to the Major Pod Network, the only place where your favorite toy store, bar, arcade, and arena are all on the same block. Scratch that major itch.
Welcome everyone to episode 17 of MC True Long Island Story. I am your host, the internet champion, always ready, Matt Cardona.
I'm also here, producer of the show, Smart Mark Sterling Esquire, and just got done working out. And what do you do when you finish working out? You crack open a seltzer.
I was going to say, it's midday. Chelsea had a photo shoot. Oh my God. Protein and seltzer. Chelsea had a photo shoot this morning in our house. In your house. And she set an alarm early to do her makeup, but the alarm woke me up.
All right.
So I've been up early, then I tried to get back to sleep, then I overslept, then I snoozed, it was bad. So not only am I drinking right now, but I need a little pick-me-up, a little stronger seltzer. The hard coffee.
Now, is it the salted caramel or just the regular?
Original, baby.
All right. Love it. a lot of sugar,
Yoo-hoo.
but it's good. It does taste like a yoo.
Spiked yoo-hoo, you know what I'm saying?
It's great. All right, here we are, episode 17. Full disclosure, we're recording this not too long after last week's episode, so there's not much follow-up.
The day after. Mark's a little too busy now. AEW star has some tapings to do.
Well, we got a commercial to shoot next week, so that's part of the thing.
We are shooting a PBR commercial where we probably could have got this episode done, but let's get it out of the way.
Focus on the commercial.
Yeah.
Things like that. Travel, blah, blah, blah. All right. Now, so we don't have much follow-up.
I did send you
Yeah.
that Bone Cruncher Gold Dust.
Oh, yes.
Overnighted to the house.
Oh, you did? I was going to tell you. I was going to say, dude, I'm leaving on Thursday.
Overnighted with that yellow paint pen.
Okay.
And I told Goldie,
Yep.
my lawyer's coming.
My lawyer. He's going to think I'm a shoe lawyer.
Well, yeah, that's what you play on TV. Silver hair with Jade.
Right.
Please sign it nicely. It's for me.
Right.
And make sure he knows no Dustin Rhodes, no Dustin Runnels.
Got to be gold dust.
Gold dust in that yellow Posca paint pen.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. That's going to be fun. So next week we'll do all the follow-up.
Serious follow-up.
Yeah, for the two episodes. But here we are, episode 17 of Z True Long Island Story, and let's talk about.
We got to name the Broski of the week.
Well, yes. Yeah, so let's first do the Broski of the week. Go ahead.
The Broski of the week. Hit the jingle, Mark.
The Broski of the week.
All right, the Broski of the week. All you got to do is really simple, guys. Find my pinned tweet on Twitter at the Matt Cardona. Quote tweet it and screenshot a review that you left on iTunes or wherever you download your podcast. Post it in there. Use the hashtag Broski of the week, and you'll be eligible to win. You will win a couple things. Let's show them the prizes. Show them what they'll win. A Matt Cardona 8x10 available on mattcardonamerch.com. You will get the Broski of the Week headband available on mattcardonamerch.com. And the Broski of the Week sticker not available anywhere. So really, really simple. And the Broski of the Week this week is at Zombie Y1087.
He won something on the Major Pod.
I think he won the giveaway.
Oh, congrats. Because
So-
same thing. I'm like, zombie?
I don't know if he's trying to make me mad, but he spelled Zach with an H in his review. So
Innocent
I read
mistake.
this quickly. If I would have read this more carefully, he wouldn't have won Broski of the Week. Guys,
Asterisk.
I hate when people spell Zach with an H. My first 8x10 from WWE as Zack Ryder has it with an H. They say they're going to correct it. They never did.
The promo photo that is worth money, right?
It is worth money.
Yeah.
Well, all those old school ones are.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. When Zack Ryder debuted, I couldn't hate him more. He was Long Island trash to me. I wish I would have seen ZTLIS in 2011 because I would have changed my mind immediately. Ooh, so is this a newfound fan? The old show? Huh. Okay. This guy was doing it long before BTE, Ethan Page, and Danhausen. Listen, thank you, but I'm not here claiming. I mean, I did, but I'm not like, oh, I did it before these guys. Listen,
Right.
Everyone's vlogging. I didn't create vlogging.
Right.
I didn't.
In wrestling, kind of.
And now with his podcast, it is so interesting to get some insight into this point of his career. Keep up the great work, Mark and Broski. WWWYKI.
Thanks.
Yeah, so great review. And you will get the Broski of the Week little prize package. And if you want to be the Broski of the Week next week, real simple, guys. Leave a review, post it, and you'll be eligible.
Nice. All right. Let's see here. Tweets. Matt Cardona, June 4th. June 4th. Happy birthday to the broski that trained me, Mikey Whipwreck. So happy birthday, Mikey, from the MC Pod.
That's so funny because I'm texting Mikey Whipwreck right now, actually.
Well, it's his. As we record this, it's his birthday in a couple days, so make sure you remember.
I got this in the mail today. This PSA graded Mikey Whipwreck WCW card. It's graded a 9. This card was not circulated because he was supposed to sign these and whatever, give them back, but he never did. So it's almost like an unreleased card. My microphone is falling.
Right.
It's like an unreleased card, and it's a 9. There are no 10s out there, and this is a population 1.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So I texted Mikey about it, like saying, because I asked him a couple weeks ago if he had any of these left. He said, no, I found one on eBay. I bought it. He told me.
Mike's falling slowly. I'm just watching the mic fall slowly.
Mike is falling slowly. It needs a blue chew.
Yeah.
He told me that he threw out the majority of these cards.
Insane.
Like when I was training at NYWC in 0304, he gave me one. I kept it in my gear bag for years.
Right.
But now it's worth so much money.
But that gear bag one's like all messed up and all that.
And I threw it out.
Right.
Unless it's somewhere in like my tote in my garage somewhere.
Right. All right. Well, you want to just briefly mention anything about Mikey Whipwreck here? Obviously, we know that he trained you and whatever. Here's my question. Mikey Whipwreck trains you when you start training in 2007? 2005?
2003.
3. Oh, my God. What am I talking about? All right.
Signed in 2006.
Is there any communication with you and Mikey throughout your run / is he contacting you at all when you're doing the show and sort of on the rise?
I'm sure he is, but we were in contact like forever, so I'm sure he did.
Okay.
Like I don't recall exact messages.
Oh, I know, but like
It keeps falling down. This microphone needs some Blue Chew. Blue Chew, you sponsor the major party. You got to sponsor MC. There's some microphone issues here.
I guess that's really my question. Like, what kind of relationship you had with him? You continued to talk to him or whatever?
Listen, and not every day.
Yeah.
He's someone who, like, for instance, I got his card in the mail. I could text him, and it's not weird that I'm texting him.
Yeah, I got you.
If I ever needed something, not that I would, but I feel like I could ask him, and vice versa.
Yep.
He definitely helped out Brian and I early in our careers. He had a relationship with Tommy Dreamer, which got us looked at, which got us, it's how wrestling is. It's the right place, right time. You need talent, you need luck. It's everything together.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So.
Okay, next tweet. Congrats to official Taz. I thought I was so cool for knowing to put the extra Z on my Taz sign at Royal Rumble 2000 and MSG.
What am I congratulating him on?
No clue. I tried to look. June 3rd, 2011. Congrats to Taz for some reason. I don't know what it was, but I also thought that was interesting that you knew the extra Z. I think you've mentioned this before on the Major Pod.
Huge Taz fan growing up because Taz went to my dad's gym on Long Island. My dad had a gym, the Ultimate Gym, and Taz gave my dad to give me and my brothers a Tasmaniac 8x10, which I still have to this day. And I remember like seeing him in like the Sunrise Mall, the Roosevelt Field Mall. You know, like I followed his career through like PWI and stuff like that. I'd always go to like the results section in the back, you know, where it had like all these like generic like cards, and that's where I learned about ECW. I'm like, oh, this is my guy, Taz. He's in ECW now. I gotta watch ECW.
Yeah.
And that's how I found ECW. Of course, he's a huge star in ECW, like the man.
Right.
Becomes the man there. And when he leaves to go to WWF, Royal Rumble, like they're playing they're playing all the hype videos, you know. And of course, like I'm reading Lords of Pain or whatever. So I have the Taz sign, which if you ever took the train from Long Island to New York City to Penn Station, there was a Kmart in there. And me, I believe I went there with Dustin Reedman, my friend, Extreme Eddie from WTW. And I got an orange sign, and I bought the orange oak tag in Kmart, and I put the 2 Z's because I knew.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that like the dirt sheets were reporting that he's coming in as Taz, but with an extra Z.
With an extra Z.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, June 7th, late night filming for Z True Long Island Story with Scott Stanford. Heel Ziggler is the cameraman.
So that must be for the training montage.
Yes.
We'll talk about later.
So thanks Ziggler for doing the camera. Now this is a good one. June 7th, had a good talk with Steve Austin BSR yesterday. He's a SO Broski. Thanks for all the advice. Still need the address to BSR to send the BLLs. So
Steve reached out.
So he was on Raw this Monday, by the way. You have a match on Raw. I'm sorry. No. So this Raw that we're talking about, he is on it.
There.
Yes.
And I remember that's where we like met. I don't know if I had met him before, but at least this time he knew like more who I was. And I remember like he like locked up with me. He would, it was like he wanted to see my lockup. And he was surprised how tall I was, which later on The Rock says the same thing. I think people thought I was really short.
Dude, I was surprised how tall you were when I first saw you too.
I'm like
for sure.
6'1", 6'2", with like boots on and stuff.
Yeah, but you got the boots sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, and we exchanged numbers, and I'll never forget. We had like this hour plus talk on the phone, and it was just he didn't have to do that.
No.
Just giving me all this advice, telling me all these stories. And, and he was genuinely giving me advice, genuinely trying to help me, making sure that, not that I learned from his mistakes, but he was telling me, what mistakes did he make, right? Austin 316, the biggest wrestler ever. But we were talking about merch and his input on merch and how important it is to, have say over your merch and stuff like that. And he asked if I had a relationship with Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn, and to make sure I did. He's like, you need to have those relationships. Super, super cool of him to do that, especially for me, not on TV. I believe it was DDP who showed him the YouTube videos.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll never forget talking to him. It was a long chat, and like my parents were in the car. It was something like they drove me to the airport, but then my flight got canceled, so they drove me home, and the whole time I'm on the phone with Steve Austin.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a great, great chat.
I've heard that a lot about Stone Cold, helping out people out, giving them calls, things like that. All right, June 7th, almost 100,000 views of episode 16 in less than a week. So you're doing great. June 3rd, my buddies from high school have a wrestling podcast. Follow them at Marking Out. Our
They still have it.
I know, they still have it. I stole their name for a week. They were mad at me. I changed it. Ezekiel Jackson says on Twitter, maybe we can have a cross-brand match for old time's sake. He retweets you that you were on Raw tonight, Ryder or Riot. So that's what you're saying. So Ezekiel Jackson is reaching out to you at this. I'm not sure if he's still on the roster here. Did you have a bunch of matches?
He's like IC champ at that point.
Okay.
He's definitely on the show.
Did you have matches before? What is he talking about?
I've worked Ezekiel plenty of times.
Okay.
At that point, not sure if I had. Listen, I've worked a lot of these guys so many times. I can't pinpoint when it was, when it wasn't. But we did stuff together on ECW when I was the one-legged tights guy.
That's what I'm remembering. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally, just found out I have a match on Raw. This is June 6th, you say this, with True Kofi. Rider Revolution, tune in, Broski's, woo-woo, you know it. So,
Very excited about that.
Now, Raw is, so that's, you find out that day, and then you tweet it. Are you at all nervous, like I'm going to tweet this and it might not happen?
I don't know. Maybe I was told to tweet it. I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. That's
Or maybe I wasn't told to tweet it and I just wanted people to watch. I don't remember.
All right, let's hear a little word from our sponsors.
The Major Pod Network has a new tag team partner, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Everybody needs some liquid courage to make their own weekly purchases. Scratch that figure itch and scratch that PBR itch.
Get your PBR beer, get your PBR hard coffee, and get your PBR stronger seltzer.
8%? If you're listening to this, you're already a major mark. Now it's time to become a major PBR mark.
Use the hashtag MajorPBR and post your pictures and videos of you major marking out.
Pabst Blue Ribbon and the Major Pod Network, the new tag team champions of the world.
Of the world!
But we're definitely not getting any new figures from Mattel.
And we're back. Okay. 2011, Kofi Kingston defeats Zack Ryder in 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Must have been an arm burner.
Right.
I actually have a figure in that gear. That's the gear I wore at WrestleMania, a couple months prior.
Right.
I'm looking at it right now. It is Basic Series. We can put it on the screen. I can't see from this vantage point. Maybe Basic 27?
Okay.
Does that make sense? Basic 27? I don't know. Basic something. I'm wearing like icicle gear. So, listen, always cool to be on Raw.
Well, hold on. So here's the storyline. With Dolph Ziggler observing from ringside, U.S. champion Kofi Kingston sets his sight on downing a glass of Long Island Ice Z, Zack Ryder, while the self-proclaimed internet champion put up a respectable showing in his eagerly anticipated Raw outing. Kingston's explosive athleticism proved too much to overcome. So Kofi and Dolph Ziggler seemingly in a little program here. Pit stop Zack Ryder. The interesting thing is, you told us a couple weeks ago that you just turned babyface. So Kofi's obviously a babyface. I don't think he was ever a heel.
No, I haven't turned babyface yet. I'm about to turn this next week. Online.
Oh, online. Yes, that's what it is. Okay, so you're still a heel.
I'm still a heel.
Okay, you do some shenanigans. Anything about Kofi? I know you guys are good friends. Anything
Kofi,
about this
I knew
match?
from the instant he walked into Deep South Wrestling that he had it. Could I have predicted he would have been the megastar he has become? No, but I don't think anyone could have.
My God, what a year.
I knew he was going to be a star. Mm-hmm. To see him win the WWE title at WrestleMania, oh man, like Kofi Mania was as real as it gets, baby. And that's just one of those things, like, that wasn't supposed to be him. Things, happened. Ali got hurt, putting Kofi in the match. Fans are behind Kofi, and it was right place, right time, luck, talent, everything,
Mm-hmm.
And he could back it up.
Right.
And the people love Kofi. The boys love Kofi. And he deserves to be loved. He is super talented, has so many layers, so many, can be funny, can, have kick-ass matches, can be serious when he needs to be. So I'm super happy for everything he's accomplished in the biz. And one of my, good friends, I text him every day.
Right. I feel like Kofi Kingston will probably go in the Hall of Fame twice for New Day and as Kofi Kingston. So
I could see that 100%.
Hell of a career. Okay. On Raw, Stone Cold Steve Austin is there. There's a little weak thing.
Well, they're plugging the new Tough Enough.
Okay, right. And then Alex Riley just splits from The Miz. So the main event is R-Truth and The Miz versus Alex Riley and John Cena.
Wow.
So there's some cool stuff. Stone Cold gets involved. The anonymous general manager gets involved. Really seems like a fun episode of Raw here on 6/6/2011. I was watching it as I was working out just now. It was pretty fun. All right. Let's go to episode 15. I think we call this the Rocky episode, right?
I mean, the majority of the episode is this training montage.
Right. All right.
So there's a couple things before, but the whole thing is the bread and butter, the meat and potatoes, is the training montage.
Right. So you open up little regular open, and then you're talking to Bill DeMott and Trish Stratus, and you ask to be a trainer on Tough Enough, and then Bill says that you're greener than Goose. Beep.
Well, I could edit that beep in.
Right.
Bill, I have the history with from Deep South. I love Bill. Go list if you're a Patreon member. If not, go sign up. We have 3 episodes on not just Bill DeMott, but Deep South Wrestling, developmental, really, really interesting stuff. Bill was my trainer in Deep South Wrestling, and Trish is Trish, right?
Yep.
So to have those both on the show, it was awesome. It was quick. It was meaningless, but like a lot of that stuff, they're here. Let me film them, and then okay, I'll say I should be a trainer on Tough Enough. So I create story to the segment.
Are you nervous about asking them? Is it easy to ask them now that the show's getting more popular? Like, what's going through your head? That kind of thing.
I mean, Trish, like, was never on the roster with Trish.
Yep.
I remember when, she doesn't remember this, of course, but when Brian and I were Extra Talent, the one and only time, Madison Square Garden in 2005.
I've heard this.
We're in like this closet locker room thing, and like, if you open the door, all the seamstresses are out there, who are like making the gear, blah, blah, blah. So Trish gets new gear, comes into the locker room, and says, I say locker room, the room is like, I don't know.
The closet.
A closet. She's like, can I try this on in here? And we're like, yeah, sure. She's like, well, can you leave? We're like, oh yeah, sorry. And it's funny because like, all these years later, I want to say it must have been a year or two ago, maybe a year ago, while we were still in WWE. Backstage, Trish was there for something, and she said hi to me, like, hi, Zach. And Hawkins looked at me like, she knows your name?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, she was on Z-Trill on a story, bro, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you just go up to them and you're like, hey, I'm doing do you say, hey, do you want to be on the show? Or do you say like, hey, I have a YouTube show. It's like a skits show. I have people on it. Would you like to do it? Like, how does...
a little mixture of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Bill, he knows you right away. You spent so much time with him.
Yeah.
And he's still kind of messing with you a little bit, maybe.
I love Bill. Bill, he was a tough coach. But I will say that without Bill, who knows if I would have been able to deal with a lot of the mental bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because he made you mentally tough, physically tough. And that's something that, like, would that style of training be acceptable in 2021? Probably not. Mm-hmm. But it worked. I'm not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong, but it worked. Mm-hmm. And it toughened a lot of us up, including myself.
And if you want to hear more on that, there is like we can't even scratch the surface here today. There are 3 full-hour episodes of you and Brian talking about your experiences in Deep South and Ohio Valley with Bill and other trainers. 3 full-length episodes at the Hard Foundation tier on our Patreon, patreon.com/MajorWFPod. Check that out. They're unreal. Slept on podcasting episodes. You got to check it out. All right. The signs this week were pretty nuts. A lot of signs.
So many creative, a lot of signs. My favorite sign is where it's like more than one person hold up a sign to make a giant sign.
The last one, woo woo woo, you know it. And then also like not even just like a marker. It was like clearly they did work
Very
and
well
like
done.
had layered things.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Really, really cool.
Speaking of signs.
What's that?
And multiple signs. We talked about this on the Major Wrestling Figure podcast or on a Twitch. In 1999, I made a Hardy Boys sign, but every poster board was a letter, Hardy Boys. Right. I went with one other friend. Yeah. I made the rest of the strangers in my row hold it up. I was just like, guys, listen, if you want to be on TV, you hold this effing up when the Hardy Boys come out. So that was cool, and I have that. I like screenshotted it very recently, and so a couple weeks ago I told Matt Hardy to F off because I am representing Jade Cargill. So take that.
Nice little plug.
Okay. Then you put in pictures of your match.
Right. We've explained I cannot do the videos, so I just show, still photo of me versus Kofi, just to get the point across, because it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I've been talking about how I'm not on TV, not on TV, not on TV. Now I'm on Raw. I got to put it over.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, like, oh, of course I lost, but whatever.
You did get the Broski boot in, so there's the picture of that.
There you go.
Okay, so the Broski of the week this week, super funny.
Broski of the century, he calls himself.
Yeah. He's like got a green screen, which in 2011,
right?
pretty hard. Now you could buy a green screen for $15 on Amazon.
At one point, so Chiappetto is helping me a lot with this stuff. At one point, he was going to do a YouTube show, and he tried making a green screen. Like, he bought like a door from Home Depot and like painted it green. It just wasn't the same.
No.
And like I contemplated using green screen stuff, but I knew my limitations.
It is so easy now. It is so easy. Like, I could show you how to do it. It'd be very easy. You need a better program than iMovie, though, so that's probably what your problem. Right. So he's funny. He has
a dog fist pumping.
Dude.
That video is like perfect Broski of the Week material.
He was wearing a mask, and he says, forget about Rey Mysterio. He's La Broski, which I thought was funny.
And also, he says that the shirt was sold out, so he had to buy a youth.
And it was like big on him. Which I popped. He made me laugh a couple times. Yeah. Really funny. All right, so now you say next week Raw is on Long Island.
Yes.
So, you can talk in depth about it in a second, but let me ask you this question. Raw's on Long Island. You then go into a long-ass training montage to the Rocky music.
It's a bootleg Rocky music, but yes.
Okay. I didn't even notice that. It sounded real to me. It sounded real AF to me.
Then maybe it is real.
Yeah, I think it's real.
I was about to say I don't think I'm that dumb, but maybe I was.
Yeah.
I got away with it.
So you do the Rocky music. Now here's the question. Raw's on Long Island.
Yes.
Do you have any inkling at all that they're going to use you?
No.
So you're just doing this, Ryder or Riot?
I'm doing this. As you watch it, it starts as a joke. I mean, the whole thing is a joke, but I get serious at the end, like Ryder or Riot. Let's fucking go. Like, enough BS.
Yep.
Put me on this goddamn show or there will be a riot. And I don't mean like the fans are going to like literally riot, but like, come on, make some noise. Bring your signs. Show them who you want to root for. Show them who you want to see. And I was thinking, I have goosebumps right now just talking about it because that's how passionate I was at this time. And I thought, like, okay, the show was taking off. There's no denying by this point, episode 17, the show is popular. It's on the radar.
Hey, I would love 100,000 views in the first week of a YouTube video on our YouTube stuff. So
I was maybe it's just overly positive, but I was thinking, okay, they could literally put this on the screen on Raw and then have me wrestle, and I'd be a star. And that's all it would take. Forget the years of doing nothing. Forget the years of losing. Play this video, whether it just be for the house during a commercial break or on TV, and then have me come out. The place would go nuts.
Right.
Spoiler, I'm not on Raw. They didn't play this, but I did come out on Superstars, and the place went nuts. The place went banana.
So, a couple of the details. So it's a montage, and it's just like Rocky. Rocky's doing the montage in the movie. He kind of stinks at the exercises at first, but then like later on, he gets
doing
it.
Like the invisible jumper, little throwback with Stanford.
Right.
He's training me in a hotel gym. That was the late night shot with Stanford. Some other things I was doing.
You were trying to drink eggs, you throw up.
Yeah,
You're doing light weights.
Trying to catch my dog. Rocco, rest in peace, Rocco.
That was funny. Trying to catch a dog was funny, yes.
Because it's like Rocky trying to catch a chicken.
Right. You got to shake weight.
Yeah.
By the way, you're jogging, and I was like, what am I watching right now?
The slow motion jogging?
No, literally, there was just like at one point, you're just jogging on the street.
Oh.
Would you ever jog? Did you ever jog?
Hell Hell no.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I do like interval cardio, like sprints now in the morning.
Okay.
But like jog on the street, hell no.
Right. Okay.
But then I'm like, I'm jogging around also Nassau Coliseum, getting like beauty shots of the Coliseum in the background.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Now, one thing that you did here is you're pulling. I have no idea. I was going to ask you. You're pulling what seems like slime out of a bucket, and I'm like, I don't know what this is.
No, that's gel.
I know, but then I realized it's gel because you're doing literal headstands on the wall,
like push up. Yeah.
Yes, dipping your head
Despite
into
my
the
hair.
gel. I thought it was so funny, and the fact that you did the headstands in the gel.
Also, you can see. I think it's in the gel scene. It's somewhere in there. There's the Ziggler and Venkman figures are hidden.
Yep.
Somewhere there. I went to my uncle's kickboxing gym to do a lot of the scenes, like the speed bag and stuff like that.
Thought you did pretty good on the speed bag.
Yeah. I'm doing the running on the beach with Big O. Like
He's beating
Rocky
you at
IV.
first. Yeah.
He's beating me at first. Get the slow motion shots, and like I cut up a Zack Ryder shirt, so it's like a stringer tank. But like that's how I cut my shirts now, like for real life.
Right. Right.
Broski cut.
So
Things.
yeah, he's beating you, and then you end up beating him. The last shot, you guys are celebrating. It's so Rocky. You chest bump. You're jumping. You're looking at the
Slow
camera.
motion.
But bro, you're literally in the ocean with your sneakers on.
But that's what they do in the movie.
God, that's so uncomfortable.
But that's what they do in the movie.
I know, but still.
I'm also doing like the swimming in the pool and pull my dad in, like kind of like Rocky does to Paulie.
I laughed. He squealed.
And then I finally get the eggs down by chasing it with Bud Light Lime, of course.
It was great.
Nowadays, I would chase it with some Pabst Blue Ribbon,
Right.
some stronger seltzer or some hard coffee.
Yep.
Like I'm doing the shake weight. I'm doing like some girl like glute machines, but then I'm using some real weights. Like it's a story.
Yeah.
It's a story. I catch the dog. I catch Rocco.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, for sure.
And at the end, I have the internet title, and I'm like jumping in front of the Nassau Coliseum, and I say like all seriously, like Ryder or Riot.
Right.
Woo,
Exactly.
woo, woo.
Now, that is what brought it all together for me, really. The seriousness at the end, the Ryder or Riot, and it's like, oh, okay, like he really means this. He really wants to get on Raw. So, and then basically after that, you close out.
Right. I mean, I knew, like, this is one of the ones where, like, okay, I don't like to plan things in advance, but I knew for this episode, we're going to be on Long Island. I want to do a training montage. So I knew that at least a week before, because that stuff with Stanford has to be filmed the Monday after Raw, at the hotel.
Yep.
So.
Well, I don't want to jump ahead because we're going to talk about this Raw next week.
Right.
But let me just ask you this one thing. Were you disappointed with
Yes.
whatever happens there? Okay.
Wait. Yes and no.
Okay.
Was I disappointed I wasn't on the show?
Yeah.
Yes. But it's almost like a blessing in disguise. Was I disappointed at first? Absolutely. I thought this was it. I have new gear made. I have the blue and orange gear made. Like, I think this is like the perfect storm, the perfect time. The YouTube show is as hot as it's ever been. Now we're in Long Island or on Long Island. Raw, like this has to be the time. And it wasn't. But it's just added fuel to the fire. So it was a blessing in disguise. Trust me, that wasn't their plan. You know what I'm saying? They just threw me out on Superstars. We'll talk about it next week. I wrestled my partner, Primo. And then I just became a babyface.
Right.
Like, that was it.
All right. Well, let's talk about it next week. I'm excited. Maybe we could try to like just put the sound of the pop if we can find it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hear a little word from our sponsors. We're back. Do you have an Are You Serious Bro for this week?
Are you serious, bro?
I do. to the Are You Serious Bro tweet of the week. All you got to do is but tweet me something and use the hashtag Are You Serious Bro, something that will pop me. And this is from, I guess, last week's Raw. Randy Orton, he took on Austin Creed wins. Why am I reading his Twitter handle? Xavier Woods.
Right.
And he used Matt Riddle's finish, and WWE posted it and wrote, "Are you serious, bro?" And then someone, quote tweeted that. It said, "At the Matt Cardona." That someone is at Mark_Lennyhan at the Matt Cardona. Look at WWE trying to get some podcast rub. Hashtag Are You Serious, bro? That's
great.
Funny.
That's great.
What was also this reminds me of that when WWE ends up starting their YouTube channel. One of the shows is called Are You Serious? And I always thought that was so weird. Why would it's clearly my catchphrase.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was odd. And it was weird. I think Josh Matthews and Road Dogg are the hosts.
Weird.
Yeah, weird.
All right, this episode, no new characters, but Big O, Dad, and Scott Sanford are back. It clocked in at 334,843.
We forgot to say in the training montage, I used some figures, do a little fig fed. I beat Morrison.
I had that written down. You're right. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
5 minutes and 18 seconds is the episode. And for Know Your Bro, what's the rules here with Know Your Bro?
Real simple. You want to ask a question, ask it about the episode that's coming up. So for next week, ask about episode 18. And if I read your question on air, just like the Are You Serious, Bro, I will send you an 8x10. And Mark picks them and kind of, tries to stump me with them.
Guys, I'm telling you, it's an easy thing to win. Literally on Twitter, just use the hashtag anytime you want because I will click the hashtag and find it. You don't have to wait for us to post or Broski to post or anything. Right. If you're watching this or hearing this or whatever you're doing and you would like to ask a question, just easily tweet it, hashtag Know Your Bro. I will find it and I will ask it. Again, 2 weeks in a row, Unpunched Man wins at Unpunched Card. He wins again, so send him too.
Jesus.
Now that you were seemingly carrying the internet title on the road with you, did anyone ever give you shit for it? Did anyone rib you by taking it? Hashtag Know Your Bro. I thought that was a great question.
If anybody took it, I don't recall. We'll talk about it in a couple of weeks. We go to Australia, and the boys convinced me to wear it out there. And once Cena says wear it out there, it's like, okay. If Ziggler's telling me to do it or The Miz or Morrison, it's like, meh. But when Cena says do it, I'm like, okay, what's the worst that could happen?
Right.
So we'll talk about it in a couple weeks. I do wear it out there. There's great photos of it. I wrestle Primo. I don't get yelled at when I get to the back, but Mike Rotundo is not happy.
Why? Well, okay, we'll talk about it.
Well, because it's like a toy belt. It's not a real belt.
Who cares? It's fits your character. But what about you're opening your bag to put on your boots and there it is, and then does somebody go what the hell is that?
No,
what the hell is that, Ryder?
No, by that point, it's like everyone's super cool with me. By that point, I've been there 5 years.
Right.
Well, not really. I mean, been with the company 5 years, but been on the roster 07 to 11, 4 years.
Right. Man, imagine you had that in your bag in 1989 and you open it.
What about 2007?
You would have been thrown out of the building at first.
Listen, I promise you, people want some juicy stuff, and I don't want this podcast to be bitter by any means, but when I debut the real internet title, there's a great story behind that. And what someone says to me when I have it backstage.
Oh, man. Okay.
So we'll get into that.
Holding suck.
No, it's not Bob Holly.
All right. Well, quick one this week. ProWrestlingTees.com/MajorWFPod. That's where you find our shirts. The new editor of the show. Very good editor, Tim Sterling.
So you guys, Tim's been just doing these from now.
Tim's been doing these, and no one even noticed. That's how good he is.
Even I didn't notice.
Exactly. So he's doing a great job. I just got him a whole package of stuff. I did get him the MC True shirt, so he's got that. Today I'm wearing, again, I told you I could wear all summer Cap Tanks. This one I didn't like that much. Brian got it in Jets colors. Come on, dude.
Oh, God.
Leave me alone with the Jets stuff. And also ProWrestlingTees.com/Matt Cardona, ProWrestlingTees.com/SmartMarkSterling. I got some cool stuff up in there. The most professional lawyer. The most professional wrestling lawyer shirt is up there.
Hell yeah. And also check out MattCardonaMerch.com for things like the original WWWYKI. Well, they're not the original. They're like the first ones were orange. Then the second ones are purple. I have like a bunch of those. I'll sign them. They're for sale. The Mattel Retro, which kind of represents this era. I have a bunch of those. I'll sign them. Those are up there. 8x10s, the Internet Champion keychain, headbands. A lot of cool stuff on MattCardonaMerch.com. And I think that's it for now, right? I mean,
well, one more thing I just want to say. We can't give out the full details, but stay tuned to our social medias if you live in the New England area for a possible live show.
well,
stay
really, by the time
tuned.
this comes out, this Friday, the
Yep.
11th, will be Live 8.
Right? So that happened.
Jimmy's Famous Seafood. No, it's about to happen.
Yeah, it's about to happen tomorrow.
It's about to happen.
Yeah.
Which is going to be the craziest show we have ever done. And like I always say about this show, I'm not even thinking about 9 until we get over 8.
Right.
I will blow my load on 8 and then worry about 9. I would never save anything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Just like
unless
your
I knew, like-
MC philosophy.
Unless I knew someone from Boston, I'd save him for Boston.
Right.
Right?
Like
You know
John
what I mean?
Cena. Like maybe John Cena will be on.
Yeah,
on
maybe
the-
John Cena will be there. John Cena Sr., maybe.
we should get.
Johnny Fabulous.
Yeah, exactly.
Broski Bucks. Imagine I come out with the suit and then Cena's music plays, but then it's Johnny Fabulous and he's throwing out the Fabo Bucks.
We just booked it.
We just booked it. Oh,
All right.
shit.
All right, take us out.
All right. Like me on Facebook. And as an update, I'm still working on it, syncing those pages, but like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Go back and watch all these episodes. Leave reviews, subscribe, leave comments, just engage. Tell your friends, spread the word, and take care. Sip a little PBR, baby. What is that? Is that a little too sweet? Whose hand is that?
John Cena's.
Oh, that's the NWO John Cena hand. Take care.
Too
Take
sweet.
a swig. Take a swig. Take a swig of PBR. Cheers and spike your hair.
Just take